Okay, so a few other things. By the way, if anyone's curious, there's no shot in the dark in this version of Survivor. Because I guess they don't like that twist. With that said, if I did have a shot in the dark, I would have used it on Friday night. And this is why I actually think the shot in the dark is a good twist. I think people have been using it wrong. I don't think you want to use the shot in the dark to try and get immunity for yourself. I think you want to use it to try and avoid making a vote. Because I was very much in the middle on Friday. So if you don't vote and say you got spooked, which I was spooked like none other, you can say to both sides, I was going to vote for you, in all honesty, because they can't disprove it because you didn't vote against them. So that's how I would use a shot in the dark. So if the host is listening, this is my case for why the shot in the dark should be in play. It shouldn't be to get immunity, it should be to avoid a vote, which seems counterintuitive, but I firmly believe there's ways where you can gain more by not voting at certain times. And that could have blown up in my face, honestly, but that's okay. I do think the way I voted does provide inroads today, but that's a conversation. But I just want to tell you a few other fun things from the weekend. So I did hint that I went to a puzzle contest, and there was a family there at the table next to us. And this won't surprise you, but I was fairly social. I was wearing a Johnny Fairplay Rupert shirt, and I just started talking. And they're huge Survivor fans too. And I found out that the one daughter was named Stephanie with an E, based off of Stephanie from Palau. And I said, that's amazing. I know her, or on the cruise or whatever. And we just started talking or whatever. And they came back the following day. So we just had a good ongoing thing or whatever. And I always had, I was on Team Stephanie on the cruise, and like her friends gave us a Team Stephanie sticker, just because we're the best team, or we were. I mean, other teams know it. That's okay. They gave, and I've always had it in my wallet for good luck ever since the cruise. I mean, I have a George Costanza wallet. 1 second. Yeah, I mean, that's my wallet. So there you go. I mean, I have random trinkets in there I have pesos from Argentina from 20 years ago in there just because it provides me moral support. I am who I am at this point. So I had the Stephanie sticker in there, and I let Stephanie take a picture with it. And then they took a picture with me the following day when I was wearing my Team Stephanie Cruise of Deception shirt. And then they took off or whatever, and I used both of those pictures, and I tagged Stephanie in it later that day, and she definitely saw it. So it was really fun that Stephanie saw that there was a Stephanie who was named Stephanie because of Stephanie, and that was cool. And I mean, they smoked us too on the Paris competition, so congrats to that. It was a really fun. We were neck and neck for the 4-person 500 and 4-person 1,000. Oh, by the way, okay, here we go. So that was the first puzzle we did. So the puzzle twists are really fun. They're black and there's always the box is slightly different from the image. So this one, we didn't know the colors on the box. This was the 1,000-piece we did, and it's a mix-up puzzle, so the images are going to be in a different order on the box, or in the puzzle. Then I did a pairs competition with my aunt, and that is this one. And then I did an individual puzzle competition, and that was that one. Oh, and by the way, the winning time for the 4-person 500-piece was 16 minutes something. So under 17 minutes, they did the puzzle. So basically, the length of this video so far times 4 is how long it took them to do it. That's just crazy. Oh, and sorry, one more thing. You saw The Idol got played Friday night, obviously. We were initially told that we didn't have to do calls or whatever on Saturday, and so I was like, well, I'm going to have a life then and do stuff. And so after we did puzzling with the family, we had a plan to go to Outback Steakhouse for dinner. And then right before that, they said, no, you can call tonight or whatever. And then things started posting on our group feed. And it was pretty obvious pretty quickly that it was clues to a hidden immunity idol. And I was like, well, I want that. So my family hadn't arrived yet at Outback, so I was trying to figure out the clues or whatever. And then they did come, and I was very preoccupied. And I was like, I can't tell you what I'm doing, but it's very important. And they're like, okay. So then I did find the things to activate to get to the puzzle. And it was a very math-centric puzzle with trivia or whatever. And I was like, hey, does anyone have a piece of paper? And they're like, no, but you could get a kids menu. So I ran over. I asked the greeter. I was like, "Can I borrow a kids menu?" And they're like, "Sure." Do you want crayons? I was like, "No, I'm good." So then I legit was at Outback Steakhouse, ignoring my family, writing down numbers to try and figure out the clues of the hidden meaning. I did get the puzzle right correctly, and after all of that work and making my ignoring my family, I was told I got it right, but I was too late for the idol. So yeah, that was something, but it's okay. I mean, life is life. I don't think one idol is gonna change how I do in this game. I was close, and I know it's in play now. That's the important thing. And that's. But I did gain trust in Chris, by the way, because Chris helped me get there, and then I figured out a part, and he's like, "No, you do it. It's your idol." I had the last one, and I was like, "Cool." So yeah, I was just too late, but that's life. So I mean, it was just, and I was like, I can't tell you what's happening. I'll tell you when I can, or if you want, you can spend $20. You can watch this video, and then you'll understand. So, and my cousin definitely sent me a picture of me scribbling on the kids menu. I have it somewhere over here, but I'm not going to get up and interrupt the video. But I do have it for for keepsake or whatever. Oh, and then sorry, one more fun story from the. I met someone a year ago who was at the puzzle competition. He was wearing a Jeff Probst sweatshirt, and so I was like, "Hey, Jeff Probst," and then like we started talking, and then I found her and we started talking or whatever, and I didn't sketch her out enough, so we exchanged numbers or whatever, and I was texting her things throughout the year or whatever, and like, I mean, you know, if you're a Survivor fan and you find someone who likes Survivor, you love talking Survivor. So I did find her yesterday or Saturday afternoon, and we talked. I told her about every little detail on the Traders cruise for probably an hour, and it was like she enjoyed every single minute of it. And then I did find her on Sunday because they had the mystery boxes of like Survivor memorabilia at the Over the Edge weekend where you can donate to a good cause, and they send you a whole bunch of signed photos or whatever. It's fun, by the way. It's worth doing if you haven't done it. And I showed her all the signed pictures I had, like Ozzy and whatever from the box, and just I enjoyed talking to her that much. So I said, "Here, choose one." And I can't blame her. She chose the Johnny Fairplay picture, so that was a really great choice on her part. So that was just a few of the fun stories from the weekend. Yeah, I mean, given everything that happened in Minneapolis, it was still I still was able to find the fun in the weekend. It was hard at times, but there was a lot, you know, yeah, it was good. So thanks for listening, and I'm here to play, so we'll see what happens, but have a great one. Bye.